The city of Kolin is located in the former Czech Republic, what was once known as Bohemia. Some 50 kilometers east of Prague, it was founded in the 13th century, and records indicate a Jewish population lived there as early as the 14th century. The lives of the Jews of Kolin typified Jewish life in Europe at the time. Times of growth for the Jewish community of Kolin were interspersed with times of repression and oppression. The first synagogue in Kolin was built in the middle of the 16th century. The synagogue which stands there today was built in the late 17th century. For 500 years, the community of Kolin lived in this way. In March of 1938, the Germans entered Czechoslovakia. Jews who had become part of the fabric of life in Kolin were systematically removed. In October of 1941, the Terezin concentration camp was established just 40 miles from Kolin. Kolin became one of the central locations from which Jews would be sent to this camp. By June 1942, all of the Jews of Kolin were gone. The synagogue stood quiet and empty. The Jewish community's belongings, their ritual objects, their books and their Torah scrolls, were sent to Prague, there to be housed with similar looted goods from around Czechoslovakia, until a planned central museum of the extinct Jewish race could be built. In all, almost 1,800 Torah scrolls from 122 Czech communities were stored in a forgotten synagogue in Prague, where they lay until 1963, when they were discovered and brought to England, where they were housed in the Westminster Synagogue. These scrolls were in terrible condition, ripped and torn, damaged by fire and water, and splattered by blood. A scribe worked on these scrolls for 20 years, repairing those that could be made fit for use. And these were soon acquired by synagogues, schools, and museums throughout the world. One of these scrolls is the Kolin Torah at Temple Ahavat Shalom. In Kolin today, the remnants of the Jewish community have been repaired and restored in memory of the extinguished community. In the old Jewish cemetery, tombstones can be seen that date from the first half of the 15th century. The empty and unused Baroque-style synagogue is the second oldest in the former Czech Republic. Although the quaint buildings of the Jewish quarter are still very much part of the fabric of Kolin, the people who built them are gone. But the values they stood for still live, as long as we keep our traditions alive and remember those who came before us, the people of Kolin.